everyone, welcome back to my channel. So our next video is for big book lessons, and it says 45 years old grandmother of 11 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 children flew to Miami for BBL. I don't understand. Is she competing with her female children or what? Who is she doing the BBL for? 45 years old. Hi. My eyes have seen things, so my eyes, it have seen things. My ear, it has heard things, so okay.
By this time in 2023, I can say that we're not really surprised by a lot of the modern older women who are competing with younger women half their age. You see them all over TikTok, competing with their daughters and even granddaughters, participating in dance challenges, knee challenges, and everything else, attempting to show off in front of an audience on social media, prove that they are still attractive, and try to convince people that they are even more attractive than their daughters and women that's younger than them. You can tell a lot of them live for the validation of social media. It's one thing we can all admit, these women are not your grandmothers from 30, 40 years ago. Not at all. Aging is certainly a natural process, and it happens to everyone lucky enough to live long enough to go through the cycles of life. As for women, you have some who prefer to age gracefully and embrace the natural changes that come with growing older, while other women may use plastic surgery to maintain a more youthful look. Years ago, only folks in Hollywood could access doctors for these procedures, but within the last 10-15 years, your average woman has more and more access to cosmetic surgeons. Easy access, affordability, mixed in with a sense of competition or pressure to maintain their appearance as they age, those are just some of the reasons for more middle-aged modern women electing to have these procedures. One grandmother made that tough decision when she traveled from Indiana to Florida and never made it back home alive. She left behind 11 grandchildren. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. April 2022. That's when 45-year-old Tanisha Walker, mother of 4, grandmother of 11, wanted to get in better shape, so she decided to get plastic surgery. She told her family that she was going for a breast reduction, but her plans changed after a local doctor denied her surgery due to her high BMI. That doctor did not want to risk operating on Tanisha, so she ended up with Dr. Simmons at New Life Plastic Surgery, and she ended up getting liposuction and a BBL instead. Dr. Simmons accepted Tanisha as a patient. He had no issues with her BMI. According to New Life Plastic Surgery, Tanisha went in surgery at 9:35 a.m. An hour and a half later, she was out of surgery and placed into a New Life Plastic Surgery recovery room at 11:05 a.m. Nearly 3 hours later, just before 2 p.m., New Life Plastic Surgery discharged Tanisha into the care of a recovery home business ran by 44-year-old Charlie Butler called Chasing Dreams Recovery Home. Tanisha found out about Charlie through New Life Plastic Surgery. That's who recommended her to the business. She was supposed to go to that recovery home after she left the surgery center. But according to Charlie, Tanisha told them that she was lightheaded and felt really sick. So instead of taking her to the recovery home, Charlie transported Tanisha to the hospital. Unfortunately, after 3 days in the hospital, Tanisha passed away.
Good evening once again. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the family of an Indiana woman who died after a...
The fact that she's 45 years old and had 11 grandchildren tells me all I need to know about her mindset. It's too shallow, too slow. Like her mindset and how she raised her kids. See, education is key. Even without education too, maturity is key. Maturity, it's key. Because you can see someone can be 40. That's now I know why they used to say fool at 40. Wallahi, fool at 40. Because even at that 40 years, people with their mindset, people with their thinking, people with their maturity, an 18-year-old child can be matured more than irrespective of the 40 years old. Yes.
Tatianisha Middleton, Walker's niece, says her aunt was just 45 years old and a mother of 4 with 11 grandchildren.
She was just a patient person. Like, she was always open and willing to do anything for anybody. So this really hit us hard because she was a really big person in our family.
She says Walker cared for the entire family and was always there when they needed her. They supported her flying to Miami for plastic surgery. Walker had a Brazilian butt lift, or BBL, and liposuction done by a doctor at New Life Plastic Surgery. A BBL is a popular plastic surgery procedure in which fat is taken from undesired parts of the body and injected into the butt or back. The clinic, New Life Plastic Surgery, tells NBC6 that Walker's procedure went as expected and was a success. The clinic says she went in at 9:35 a.m. and was transferred to the recovery room at 11:05 a.m. She was discharged and picked up by the driver of a recovery center called Chasing Dreams just before 2. The owner of Chasing Dreams was the one who picked up Walker from the clinic. She says Walker felt sick, so she drove her straight to the hospital.
By the time she got back to the front seat, my aunt was on her knees because of the procedure, and she said that her head dropped.
Middleton says her aunt died at the hospital, but says New Life told her she died while in the care of the recovery center. In an exclusive interview, the family of the first patient told NBC6 she died in February after a blood clot ended up in her lungs, almost 2 weeks after her surgery. She had undergone a liposuction and tummy tuck with a different doctor. Now, New Life today, again, telling us the timeline of that surgery and that pickup. Meantime, that family, they tell us they're well, this family is just absolutely devastated. They say that Walker leaves behind a huge family. That's why many of those family members flew from Chicago to Miami today to meet with police, and they're hoping they find some answers. Tanisha Walker's family now dealing with a huge loss. Her niece just arrived in Miami, meeting her cousin, Walker's oldest daughter, to sort things out.
This is my first time seeing her since she passed, and when I got to her, she was like weak in the knees. So it's really hard for her right now, and I could just imagine because her youngest is 19.
Tatianisha Middleton, Walker's niece, says her aunt was just 45 years old and a mother of 4 with 11 grandchildren.
She was just a patient person. Like, she was always open and willing to do anything for anybody. So this really hit us hard because she was a really big person in our family.
She says Walker cared for the entire family and was always there when they needed her. They supported her flying to Miami for plastic surgery. Walker had a Brazilian butt lift, or BBL, and liposuction done by a doctor at New Life Plastic Surgery. A BBL is a popular plastic surgery procedure in which fat is taken from undesired parts of the body and injected into the butt or back. The clinic, New Life Plastic Surgery, tells NBC6 that Walker's procedure went as expected and was a success. The clinic says she went in at 9:35 a.m. and was transferred to the recovery room at 11:05 a.m. She was discharged and picked up by the driver of a recovery center called Chasing Dreams just before 2. The owner of Chasing Dreams was the one who picked up Walker from the clinic. She says Walker felt sick, so she drove her straight to the hospital.
By the time she got back to the front seat, my aunt was on her knees because of the procedure, and she said that her head dropped.
Middleton says her aunt died at the hospital, but says New Life told her she died while in the care of the recovery center. In an exclusive interview, the family of the first patient told NBC6 she died in February after a blood clot ended up in her lungs, almost 2 weeks after her surgery. She had undergone a liposuction and tummy tuck with a different doctor. Now, New Life today, again, telling us the timeline of that surgery and that pickup. Meantime, that family, they tell us they're at the hospital and they're hoping to be able to identify the body today. She says the doctor that performed that surgery has offered to pay for the family's funeral expenses. Live in Durrell, Julie Leonardi, NBC6 News.
New Life Plastic Surgery said that Tanisha's surgery was a success. They said they released her to the recovery home and she passed away in the care of the recovery home, not the plastic surgery center. That's the story they gave to the police during the investigation, immediately placing all the blame on Charlie. Charlie said that she was not responsible for Tanisha's passing, and she took her straight to the hospital from New Life Plastic Surgery because during transport, Tanisha passed out in the truck and became unresponsive after Charlie picked her up. The investigation led police to look more into Charlie and her recovery home business, Chasing Dreams, where Charlie was charging women $200 per night to stay at a recovery home in Miami Lakes.
Well, a little over 2 months after a woman died following a plastic surgery procedure at a plastic surgery clinic, the owner of the recovery home where that woman was supposed to go afterwards has just been arrested.
And she's accused of operating that home illegally. NBC6 reporter Julie Leonardi spoke to the daughter of the woman who passed away. Julie, what did she have to say?
Yeah, I did. Well, her mother, 47-year-old Tanisha Walker, traveled to Miami for plastic surgery back in April. Now, she died following that procedure. Her family, of course, is devastated. Now, since we last told you this story, a lot has happened. Her family has laid her to rest. They've since hired an attorney. Now, another part of this story is now unfolding, but her daughter says this new arrest is something they saw coming.
We really miss our mom. I'm still in disbelief.
Tanisha Walker's daughter says their family is still grieving.
She loved her family, period. Like, she was a caring, loving person. Mom would get a shirt off her back. I just feel like she was robbed of life.
Just months after Walker died following a Brazilian butt lift and lipo procedure at New Life Plastic Surgery Center, the woman who picked her up, 44-year-old Charlie Butler, has been arrested for operating an illegal recovery home. Police say Butler was operating Chasing Dreams in Miami Lakes without a license. She's also facing drug possession and dispensing charges. Police say she charged women $200 a night for personal care during their recovery, including giving patients medication.
I feel like it's only the beginning of the truth coming out.
Walker's daughter, Tiara, tells me her mom traveled from Indiana to Miami for surgery. I asked her if she knew how her mom found Butler's business.
She told me that one of the ladies from the surgery center gave her the information to their recovery home. And that's how my mom reached out.
In April, the clinic, New Life, told NBC6 that Walker's procedure went as expected and was a success. They say she entered into surgery at 9:35 a.m. and went into the recovery room at 11:05 a.m. And she was discharged into Chasing Dreams care just before 2 in the afternoon. Butler told us she picked up Walker. She told her she felt sick, so she drove her straight to the hospital where she died.
The story that we was given in regards to her transporting my mom, it wasn't adding up to me.
While Tiara says nothing can make up for their loss, she just hopes others do their homework before going under the knife. In February, another New Life patient died after a blood clot ended up in her lungs. Now, we spoke with Charlie Butler over the phone earlier today. She didn't want to make a comment, but what she did say is that she's not responsible for Walker's death. She also says she plans on making it right and eventually licensing that recovery home. Meantime, the family of Walker told me that surgeon who performed the surgery did offer to pay for funeral expenses for the family and other things like that, but they said they declined his offer.
2 months after Tanisha passed away, Charlie was arrested in June 2022, charged with multiple felonies, healthcare operations with no license, and possession of drugs, to name a few. Charlie acknowledged that she was operating her recovery home without a license and said that she was going to get licensed in the future, but maintained that she had nothing to do with Tanisha's passing. The autopsy from the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner's Office documented Tanisha's death as an accident caused by a pulmonary fat embolism. According to Chief Medical Examiner Kenneth Hutchins, it was revealed that Dr. Simmons violated Florida law by injecting fat into Tanisha's gluteal muscles during the BBL. Due to the alleged malpractice, Dr. Simmons was required to stand before the Florida Board of Medicine. That was on February 3, 2023, 7.5 months after Tanisha's passing. The board decided that it was Dr. Simmons' actions that contributed to Tanisha's death. The board voted to fine Dr. Simmons $10,000, the total for investigation costs, and he will have to attend a mandated 1-hour lecture on safety and possible complications of such procedures. Okay, let's be real. A $10,000 fine for Dr. Simmons is really a joke. That's nothing to him. He's gonna make that back after 2 surgeries, maybe 1. He still has an active license to continue to operate on other women. And then immediately after this happened, you had the New Life plastic surgery team. They tried to pass the blame to Charlie, when they're the ones who recommended Tanisha to go to Charlie in the first place. You have a plastic surgery center up there recommending an unlicensed recovery home to their patients? And then on top of all of that, this is not the first person to die after surgery there or during surgery there at New Life, which is an outpatient facility. It's not a hospital. They have many bodies on their hands, including the woman who passed away 2 months before Tanisha from the same issue. And it's not just Dr. Simmons there. They have other doctors there too, cited in the past for doing a lot of things, including injecting the fat into the muscle where the nerves and blood vessels lie. And this is not only illegal in Florida, but it's fatal because the fat can transfer to the heart and lungs. That's what happened to Tanisha and the other patient 2 months before her, and many others. How were they still able to operate with all of these cases? And then the board saw that Dr. Simmons injected the fat into her muscle as well, and they still didn't take his license? It's just crazy how New Life didn't want to take accountability for what they did, and they only offered to pay for Tanisha's funeral because they wanted to possibly avoid a lawsuit. Some people may say do your research and make sure you get a good doctor, and that's a sensible thing to do. Tanisha was probably comfortable with him being her doctor because he wasn't just board certified or double board certified. Dr. Simmons is triple board certified, and that's how he's promoting himself on Instagram. Another option though is to focus on your health and being there for your kids and your grandkids. Her 11 grandkids, they loved her regardless of liposuction or BBL. Sending condolences to Tanisha's family, her kids, her grandkids, all of her family. She lost her life at 45 years old. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think is motivating these young modern grandmothers to take these kinds of steps to undergo cosmetic surgery?
Guys, see, my condolences to her family. Nobody is to blame but her. She had the doctor, the first doctor who told her, no, due to the risk factor, due to her BMI. I don't even know what's the meaning of BMI. BMI. Please, if you do know the meaning of BMI in the comment, if you do know the meaning of BMI, please do tell me in the comment section. This whole situation is just so sad. It's just so sad and annoying. What is even annoying is a 45-year-old, a 45, not even a younger. If it's my mate now, I will understand. But for a 45, what are you looking for? But BBL for? What are you doing? Oh Jesus! Like, see, then my mom will say there is always danger waiting for you at the other side of obedience if you disobey. Because I will remember when we would disobey our parents, they'll say, come here, kneel down here. Then you see, they will advise you. When they advise you, then they will not spank you for being disobedient. Yes, but like, I don't even know what to say. I'm totally speechless. Like, my prayers goes out to her, and this should be a lesson to all women. BBL will do you more harm than good. BBL is killing you in real life. It's real. It's killing. Literally, it's killing. It's not something you come to social media and you get and you be shaking. You be dancing so that it will shake. People will see and you get likes and you get views. It's not that those views and likes and those other things will take you to heaven or it will follow you to your grave. No, even your cell phone will not follow you. So stop doing harm to your body. Stop it. See, my gender. See, I promise you, my gender. Men, they can tell you this from their. See, men, I'm telling you from my heart. Men, men don't need BBL. Let me tell you. For a man to love you unconditionally, oh gosh. Without your BBL, without your big boobs and others, alignment of other things. Just be yourself, be a good person, just be supportive and be peace. Be his peace and he'll love you forever. Try that for a change for BBL, my brothers and sisters. I say my brothers and sisters, my sister, even the men, those men that want to go and do just like the one here in Nigeria I was telling you about. I said the way Nigerians just shift that one aside. He started calling the doctor out. He started calling people out that yes, they want to kill him because the BBL it went wrong. The way Nigeria sidelined that person, because everybody was saying, "Who sent you? Who sent you? Who do this? Who do that?" A guy, you do not allow yourself to be a guy, but you want to be a woman. You want to go and do BBL. What are you proving with your BBL? What? Just be yourself. Be yourself. That's all I will say. Because men, the BBL of a thing will just attract unserious guys. But be yourself. Be you. Be good. Be respectful. Be peace with yourself. And you see a loving, good man who will support you to death. Be yourself. BBM will take you nowhere. BBL, it will only take you to your grave. And guys, see, at the age of 45, I'm thinking maybe your maturity, your sense of maturity will be bigger. She's at your age, you're supposed to be bringing your female daughters, your female children. You bring them together, you advise them, you talk to them. Because I feel that as you are 45 years old, you have seen life and how it has been. May her gentle soul rest in peace. May her gentle soul rest in peace. Let me know your thoughts are in the comment section. Like, watch, and subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.